Hey, hi all. Welcome to another video in this series, Azure Fundamentals. So in this video, we are going to discuss about what are resource groups in Azure. So as per the definition from Microsoft, a resource group is a container that holds related resources for an Azure solution. The resource group can include all the resources for the solution or only those resources that you want to manage as a group. You decide how you want to allocate resources to resource groups based on what makes the most sense of your organization. Generally, add resources that share the same life cycle to the same resource group so you can easily deploy, update, and delete them as a group. The resource group stores metadata about the resources. Therefore, when you specify a location for the resource group, you are specifying where the metadata is stored. For compliance reasons, you may need to ensure that your data is stored in a particular region. So here I'm going to create a resource group in my Azure account. I already signed it to my Azure account. So once you signed in, at the top you can see resource group. You can create a resource group by clicking on that, or you can go to a create resource plus icon in the left side, or you can just expand the hamburger symbol on the left side and create a resource from here. So I'm just going to create a resource group from here. I'm clicking on the resource group. So first you should consider that a resource group name should be a meaningful one. It can represent your project. In most cases, you want to create resource group based on your project requirement. So the resource group name should be a meaningful name that resembles your project. For example, you want to do a cloud migration project. You want to migrate all the servers or resources from your Azure on-premises environment to Azure, and you name the project as cloud migration project. So in that case, you can create a resource group in the name of a cloud migration project and the environment in which it belongs to. So you might have different environments like development, testing, or production, like that. Based on that, you can create a resource group. So the first name can be considered as the project name, and the second name can be considered the environment name. So in this case, I'm going to create a resource group in the name of a cloud migration, and my environment is development. So first you go to create. Here you first need to select the subscription. Then you can specify the resource group name. So here I am going to give a name like cloud migration hyphen development. So this is my uh, project name, cloud migration, and this is my environment development. So you can create a resource group based on your project name and environment. And the region I am selecting as East US, the default one. But for cloud migration project, you may want to select the particular country or region that you want to move your resources. So choose it accordingly. Also, one thing I would uh, like to remind everyone that be careful while you are creating resource group, because once you create a resource group, its name or region cannot be changed after that. So it will be difficult uh, once you deploy your project resources in that resource group, and later you are not fine with the name or location of the resource group. It cannot be changed later. So it will, the only way is to delete the existing resource group and all the elements in the resource group and recreate it with the new name or region. So that you should keep in mind before creating a resource group. So here I have selected the resource group name and the location. Next I am going to click on the tags. So here, what is exactly tags? Tags are basically used for identification of the resources within the Azure. Identification in the sense, I will explain. Um, Suppose in an organization, in an IT department will be managing the Azure accounts. So in the IT department, there will be many people. So one person created the resource group and the resources within the resource group for a particular project, but the other guys in that same IT department may not be aware of it. So once the other person log into the Azure, he might not have any idea about who created these resources or resource group, whatever. So is it really required or it can be deleted? Um, Suppose the person who created the resource group or resources has already left the organization, and the new person is not sure whether to keep these resources in the Azure because it consumes a lot of cost. So he is not sure to whom he need to contact or who created these resources. So in that scenario, this tags plays an important role. It actually identifies based on the keywords that we provide. Basically, the person who create the resources. So I will give you one example. Here, tags are basically key value pairs. Here I am going to give some key value pairs that identify my resource group. The first one is environment, and its value is development. So it basically identify the environment in which the resource group or resources belongs to. For QA or test, you just need to change the value test or QA here. For production, you can update like a production here. So the next important keyword or tag will be created by. This is one important tag. So some IT guy named Peter who created this resource group and resources for a particular project. I am giving his name as Peter. So suppose he left the organization and some other guy is now managing the Azure account. So he can easily identify who created these resources and resource group. Similar way, you can give a contact person here, like a contact. This contact can be the team lead or manager who is managing the project. For example, in my case, I am give the name as Alex. He will be the project manager. So in case this resource group or the resources within that consumes a lot of cost, the IT guys can contact this person for any clarification whether to change the plans or whether to keep these resources. That will be helpful. So similarly, you can create a tag like date of creation, and then you can just specify the date at which you have created the resource. That will help for the other guys in the same department. So here I am not going to create that tag, but I am keeping these three tags created by contact and environment. Next I am going to click on the review plus create. So the validation is successful. Just clicking on create. So the resource group has been created. I'm going to resource group. So currently the resource group is empty because we have not created any resources within that. And one thing I would like to remind that creating a resource group is actually free, because the resource group is just like a container or a folder. So you can create n number of resource groups in an Azure portal. If you create some resources, within the resource group only it will cost. So other than that, creating a resource group is actually free. So if you want to see the tags you have created, just click on this arrow here. Here you can see the environment development created by Peter, contact Alex. Like that you can create. Tags have some other useful cases also that we can see it in the coming videos. Okay, so that's it for about the resource groups. I will be creating similar videos in the coming days. Please follow me if you want to learn about Azure and cloud. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe and hit like. Thank you.